Okay, so number one, they're asking me to find the number of moles, so I know that my final answer has to have moles. And we start with 33.5 liters of a gas at STP. This is very, very important because when we say STP, that means that we can use a conversion. For every 1 mole, there's 22.4 liters of a gas. Cool. So we have our conversion because of the STP fact. And we started with 33.5 liters. We need to end with moles. If I want to cancel out liters at the top, I have to have liters at the bottom. If I want to end up with moles, and I want to use my little conversion here, that means moles have to be at the top. So now I have to put in numbers. So my conversion is for every 1 mole, I have 22.4 liters. 22.4 liters. And now I can see that I have liters at the top, liters at the bottom, cancel out, and I'm only left with moles. So now all I have left to do is just solve the math. Because there is a number at the top, right here, and a number at the bottom, I have to divide. The top divided by the bottom. So 33.5 divided by 22.4 is equal to 1.5 approximately, or 1.5 moles. And that's number 1. So then number 2, how many atoms, atoms, my final answer has to have the units atoms, are there in 3 moles of copper? So I start with 3 moles. So if I want atoms at the end and I have moles to begin with, I have to cancel out moles somehow. So I need to put moles at the bottom, and that means atoms need to go at the top. So now I have to fill in my numbers. Because I know that the conversion between moles and atoms is that for every 1 mole I have this many atoms, I can just plug these numbers in where they belong. So for every 1 mole, I have 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, 23rd atoms. Alrighty, so now I see that I have moles at the top, moles at the bottom cancel out, and all I have to do is multiply 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd times 3. I know that I have to multiply because these two numbers are right next to each other, so I just multiply. And my answer is 1.81 times 10 to the 24th. And that is the answer for that one. So it didn't even matter that I was talking about copper, because this conversion is true for absolutely every single element out there, or every single compound or anything that you have. Alright, and last one. How many moles of oxygen, so I'm finding moles, are there in 36 grams of oxygen? So I'm starting off with mass. So there's no conversion here because I have to find the molar mass. Remember? So in the periodic table, you can see that the mass of oxygen is 15.999. So this is the molar mass of oxygen, grams per mole. 15.999 grams per mole is the molar mass of oxygen in the periodic table. So now I can say, well, if I need moles in the end, and I start with grams, I have to get rid of grams. So I'm going to put grams at the bottom, and I'm going to put moles at the top. This is just a shorthand version of saying moles. I'm not misspelling it, just so you know. So, if I know that the molar mass of oxygen is 15.999 grams, so 15.999 grams per mole, that means per 1 mole, now I'm just ready to do the math, because I can cross out my grams, and I'm left with moles on both sides. So now I just have to figure out what the heck I need to do with this number. Because I have a number at the top and a number at the bottom, that means I have to divide. So 36 divided by 15.999 is equal to 2.25 moles. And that is it.